Hey, welcome to the Honey and Harry Show. I'm Honey.
And I'm Harry.
Hey, and today we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving, and we're also going to be giving out my secret pecan pie recipe, which my family's very, very, very upset about. But it's really not that big of a secret. It's just a recipe that's been taken from other recipes, and I've kind of made it my own. So, anyways.
So why are we meeting on a Monday night?
Oh, we're meeting on a Monday night because I'll be cooking on Wednesday. I'll be cooking and getting everything ready for Thanksgiving. So that's why we're doing that tonight. And then I'm really hoping that anybody that's watching will try my recipe.
Right.
Because it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, so don't look for us on Wednesday night because we won't be here. We'll have this episode up on, if you haven't been able to make it tonight, we'll have it up on the YouTube and you'll be able to see it on Facebook. We will have an episode the following Wednesday.
Oh, a great episode.
Yep, we'll have a great episode. Meditra King, social worker, will talk to us about holidays and how they really get to us and can give us some issues. So we have that episode coming up.
And Monitra's just such a, she's such a good person. I can't wait for her to be on. So I'm excited about her coming.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to talk about like Thanksgiving, like the past, like what we did, I guess more Thanksgiving week too, all the fun things that at least I remember, Dad remembers growing up. And, but we have to start with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Like every morning while I'm baking or cooking or would be at my grandparents' house, wherever I was, that was the thing that was on TV every morning, and couldn't wait to see the big balloons and who was going to be on. And I think, what is that? Is that, what was that dog's name? I forgot his name. That was a cartoon.
It's like Mighty Dog or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, I used to watch, just couldn't wait to see which balloon was coming by.
And of course, if you're an engineer or a kid who's going to be an engineer one day, you were hoping that one of the balloons would get away from them and just fly off.
We used to think that too.
And take a few people with them, you know. And
we used to always say, "Oh my gosh, what if like the person, all those little people fly? That'd be that's terrible to think that. I know it's awful now that I'm thinking about it.
Right.
So we were talking about just a little while ago. We were talking about the different things, and another thing I always love to do, and kids nowadays don't do it, is would get like at my grandparents' house, we'd always have the newspaper.
Right.
And it would have all the sale papers, and all my aunts and uncles and my grandparents were like, circle what you want. We're going shopping on Black Friday tomorrow. We're going to get you whatever. So, of course, I'm circling everything. Everything I can find. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want that. So,
Yeah, I was looking for the inserts from the electronics stores, and they have a color insert, and we just look through that and salivate over all, look at that stereo, or look at that TV, or look at that.
Because everything was on sale, or you think it was on sale. I don't even know if it's that good of a sale. But sometimes I went shopping one year on that Friday shopping or whatever it is, and
Black Friday.
I didn't think it was that good of a deal, but I didn't get up that early and go. I wasn't fighting. I just don't want anything that bad to fight for it. So,
did you know people that got up early to go shopping?
Yes, I remember a couple of my aunts would get up and go shopping early, and I think they were successful. But maybe I'm just not organized enough. I just never could get my plan going.
Well, I was never. Shopping in November is like way over organized for a man. So.
Men don't do that.
It's not December 20th yet, so we're not ready. To go shopping.
Nobody's ready. Everybody, and all the men are fussing about it. But okay, so I'm gonna say another thing that I like. So now we have Alexa, and we have all these ways to listen to music. But I can remember, like, what was it, 96.1, and it was like the day after Thanksgiving, the Christmas music started. And I would be so excited. And I can remember, maybe it was 10 or 12 years ago, my friend Valerie, she loves Christmas music too. And her calling me, oh my God, it's on before Thanksgiving. You got to listen to it. So we were like, that was something we got excited about, like the Christmas music coming on.
Well, of course, then I think it was more like Christmas music would start around Thanksgiving, but now it's like it starts just after Halloween, I think.
Well, when I run in the health club, I usually I listen to Christmas music. I like it all year round. It's fun.
No, it's very energizing.
Yeah, and then the other thing I would do, we would go take pictures with Santa lots of times that weekend. I'm not talking about I don't know when I was little if we did that. I know I did that with my kids. But the other thing when I was little, we'd always be in New Orleans because both my grandparents lived in New Orleans. And my parents and aunts and uncles, we'd always go see Al Copeland's house.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
And look at that. And I thought, like, that was the biggest house in the world. Like, it was the best thing ever. Just to go ride around. And I think we went that weekend because...
Well, that's when they first went up, as I remember.
And I think probably because we probably weren't coming back to New Orleans till right around Christmas time.
Christmas time,
yeah.
right.
So I think that's when we were going, and all my cousin, I know my cousin Pam, and but we'd all go, and Sharon, we'd all go, and we loved it. It was so much fun.
Well, the entire city of New Orleans loved Copeland's house all lit up like that. And I know I enjoyed watching it too. I was like, let me see how many things he's got lit up and so forth.
100%.
And of course, he had like a car collection and a lot of other stuff like that. But the Christmas,
yeah, he was kind of like a star.
Yeah. And the Christmas decorations was the piece de resistance. But if you lived in his neighborhood,
oh, what a nightmare!
That was not good because once the cars started rolling, it was very difficult to get yourself out of there.
Well, in my neighborhood, one of my son Didi's, one of his little friends, well, I shouldn't say little friend, his grown-up friend now, his dad now, and there's 3 houses that hook together, and they do like a light thing, and I love it. I'm glad people come in our neighborhood and look at that because it's all and then they even dress up as Santa, and they have the Grinch out there, and they let kids come take pictures for free, and it's just so much fun. It gets everybody and I'm sure the neighbors,
So how early do they get their decorations up? Is it around Thanksgiving time? Is that early?
Well, they did something for Halloween, so on my way home, I'm going to drive and see if it's up yet, but they usually get it going. His dad is like, he's so good at this.
Right, right.
Why didn't I marry somebody like that?
Well, it'd be good for Christmas time anyway, but...
Yeah, because my husband, he puts up the lights, but, he's not going to have it all electronically hooked up and all that kind of stuff. That's my dream, to have my house just covered like Christmas Vacation with
Well,
lights.
no man's going to live up to what they do now for Christmas decorations
Oh
with
my
those
gosh.
shows, and they spend, the whole year putting the decorations up and stuff like that. So it doesn't just start at Thanksgiving time. They started in January putting up next year's
I know.
next
And
year's stuff.
they start early because they have they even have a Santa in the window that dances. But anyways, if you like
so
that.
Things at least start by Thanksgiving, though, that's for sure.
Yes. And I know, like, with my family, when my kids were little, which they loved when they were little, and then when they got, like, middle school and high school and college, I think they wanted to bury me when I would tell them especially with the guys, they like to go hunting on Friday. And I was like, oh, no, we are going to get that tree.
Right.
And they all loved it when they were little. And then we have, look, that picture at the end, you'll see my daughter made that. It's a decoration in my house it kind of looks like it was a Christmas forest we used to go to in Zachary. It's closed now. And they have Windy Hills now. Where's that, in Ethel? I think we went there maybe 2 times. But I loved going. I remember we would go, and I had to get the biggest, the fattest tree that they had, and then I would take it home, and I put it in my house, and like the whole tree was a house, the whole den.
So that was a Black Friday episode. That
was instead of going shopping.
Yeah,
we went there on Friday, and all my kids got to pick out an ornament every year, and it's cool because like now when I decorate the tree, it kind of tells a story because you could see what they were interested at different times.
Right.
So funny, my son, every year he has a different, like a dog, a hunting thing. He has a little football player. My daughters were like runners, soccer players. So you get to see what their little ornaments were. And then they get to, as you see my husband down there with the kids. And I think that's my little nephew down there, my godchild, Bryson. He used to come with us too. And, you get to cut the tree down.
Oh, yeah. I remember doing that. We did it once or twice when you were little, too.
Yeah, and I had such a good memory.
Maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then, every once in a while, it'd be a bad season and the trees just wouldn't have grown very well. But that was in the early days of tree farms when that happened. Yeah.
I just remember the one time we got the tree that was so big.
Yes.
Because they have cathedral ceilings in the den.
Yeah. Well, that tree was so big. Mom found it leaning up against the side of
Winn-Dixie, I think.
Winn-Dixie,
Yeah.
and it has a sign there that said all trees $29.95 or something like that. Anyone you want. And so she walks up to the vendor and says, "Is this tree $29.95?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." Well, when we got it home, we had to cut almost a foot off the bottom to get it in the house.
See, I didn't even know that.
And it went all the way to the top of the cathedral ceiling.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
that was the big tree of all time.
That was my favorite Christmas. Because I don't know why I want such a big tree in the house.
I don't think we got that tree as early as Thanksgiving, though. I think we got it probably a couple of weeks later because...
Well, knowing y'all didn't.
Yeah. At least a couple of weeks later, maybe 3 weeks later.
Yeah, no, y'all, they not. I'm like, my tree's up. My tree is up, but I have a fake tree now because I was, every year I'd get like horrible like bronchitis, turned into like pneumonia a few times, and we found out that I was allergic to the tree.
To the trees, yeah. That doesn't help much. Right?
No, that doesn't.
Did you have any food memories from a long time ago?
Gosh, so many. But when you're little, you're kind of picky. My sugar papa, which is my dad's dad, he used to make egg noodles with the turkey gravy, and I loved it.
We all did. We all did.
That was so good.
Really good stuff.
Yes, and then like with the cucumbers and the vinegar, I loved that. And sugar papa could cook. He really could cook. That was one of my probably favorite things to eat. Now, my mom's side, my biggest memory is my papa, my poor papa, when he started getting older. I don't know if you remember this year with the frozen turkey. Do you remember that?
I have some vague memory of that. What happened?
So, I just remember because we were always spending the night, and Papa and Mama were always fighting.
Fussy.
And so he forgot to defrost the turkey, and so he didn't tell her. He's like, "I'm just going to throw it in the oven."
Just put it in there.
Oh my gosh. Like when it was time to eat, I so remember like him trying to cut the cooked pieces off, and everybody was like, "We're not eating that. No one's eating." Like you get really sick from that. But yeah, so like I remember one year we didn't have turkey over there because it was still frozen. But that's Papa, know?
Yep.
And then, probably my favorite thing now, besides the fried turkey, I love the fried turkey, is my Aunt Mindy makes the best spinach. Oh my gosh. I love her spinach and sweet potatoes. So good. I think it's delicious. That's probably my I'm a big sides girl.
There you go. Yeah. And we have plenty of sides on Thanksgiving.
I got a lot of sides that I like to eat. And I make my green beans and
the turkey kind of gets lost a little bit. And...
Yeah, I get like one little piece. I'm not a big meat. I don't like a lot of meat anyways. But so I get like a little piece of meat and then it's just nothing but sides.
Yep. Well,
what about you, Dad? What's your favorite?
I've looked forward to, in this current era, things like crawfish.
The crawfish soup. That's so good. That's so good.
White chocolate bread pudding is good.
That's so good.
And turkey kind of, it comes in third at least.
Yes.
No higher than that.
That white chocolate bread pudding my aunt makes is just, we need that recipe.
But when I was growing up, there was an interesting thing. When I was very young, I can remember this from the very young days. It was like on your birthday, Mama would say, "What would you like to eat for your birthday?" And she'd cook a special meal for us. So this, I guess, changed when we had as many as 6 kids and Grandma in the house at some point.
Yeah, because
But we used to ask that. And I remember one time I asked for like fried chicken. That's what I wanted. I wanted fried chicken. So I'm pretty sure we must have had fried chicken then that day. But most of my memories about Thanksgiving before my own family here were like, okay, there's a chance that Thanksgiving is going to be on my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because my birthday's the 25th of November, and maybe it's going to be on my birthday. And so I was like, trying to figure that out. I was kind of possessed with trying to figure out when Thanksgiving was be, when my birthday would be. So, and it doesn't happen every year, of course.
No.
So I have a little map here that shows you that starting with the year after I was born, 1948, Thanksgiving was on my birthday. And then in 54 it was, and 65, and 71, and 76, and so forth and so on, all the way up to 2021. The years that are on there in blue are leap years, and they kind of mess the whole thing up.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get an extra day thrown
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
But it also shows that the next time my birthday is going to be on Thanksgiving, it will be in 2032. So it's not for another 9 years.
Wow.
So, I got to wait a long time before it's on my birthday, I guess.
Absolutely.
I don't know why I'm so mesmerized with that. But
Yeah.
and of course, I have other family members that have the same issue as well. So it's very intriguing. So that's kind of one of my memories as a kid is it going to be on my birthday this
Yeah,
year?
because that's a good time to celebrate because everybody's
Absolutely.
around and you can get to celebrate your
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
always fun.
So later on, I think Mom changed it over to when it was your birthday, you would get some little favorite food you liked, which was like for me it was olives. I liked olives, so I got a little jar of olives. And somebody would get a jar of pickled onions or something,
Oh, wow.
or a jar of small pickles or something like that. So,
Oh, yeah, that's where I got the pickles from. I think Aunt Marianne
Yeah,
got me hooked
right.
on those pickles.
and this is
they're so
this is
good.
a throwback to many generations before, where there wasn't a lot of stuff and a lot of money to be given out and presents to be given on a birthday, and so maybe you got a piece of fruit that you liked or something like that. And
That was
in
a
our
big
case,
thing.
it turned into olives and onions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of our story with that. So
But with my kids, when they were little, and even now, we go out to eat sometimes, but I used to tell them, I'll make your favorite dinner. And that, whatever their favorite dinner is, I would make. And that was
There you
their favorite thing on their birthday. And, and whatever cake they want, whatever kind of cake they want or dessert, and that's what they got. So I think that's a good thing. Because,
yeah, sure.
kids they get too much nowadays. They just get too much.
So what possessed you to even consider giving away this ultra secret pecan pie recipe for the entire world to enjoy as opposed to just our family?
Well, I thought, maybe everybody else can enjoy it because everybody that tastes it, they love it. And it's, I'm telling you, it's just tweaked from different recipes that I've cooked over the years. And it's so funny because we had to do the recipe and I was like, oh God, I have to measure? I was like, I have to do like precise measurements? Really?
Well, only if
So-
you're going to write them down.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh gosh, and then like I said, oh, at Christmas time, I had a little almond in that, so I tweak it. I'm always doing something different. I get tired of the same old. But this is the easiest. When I tell you the easiest thing to cook, and then people think I love it because they think I like work so hard to do it, and I'm like, no, I didn't. But like if they think that, I let them think it,
Yeah, that's good. Keep that secret.
But that's the good thing about it because it's like you can use any pie crust. I don't even know what I used. I forget. Well, do you remember what it was? I don't even remember.
One of them we did with Marie's calendars.
Marie Calendar, and that's one that I never cooked with before, but I found it and it looked pretty. So I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to try this one this time. And it tasted great. So I was like, so I don't even like make a homemade crust or anything. So anybody can do this. I hope people try it. I really do hope people try it because it is.
Yes, and if you do try it, we'd like you to write a comment either on the YouTube or the Facebook, wherever you're watching, and let us know how it came out. Let us know if we need to spruce up the directions or if you've had a great experience with it. And we just let them know. So that would be good. If you can.
Yeah, let us know if you do like it. As a little girl, I can remember staying up late, in the kitchen with Pawpaw cooking, God knows it, and smelling, and Mama will be baking pies or, the coconut cake or whatever. So, it's I think during Thanksgiving, it's a time where you do make a lot of memories, and I know my kids will always remember my pie and certain dishes that I make. And one of the things we did forget to mention on, did y'all do the shrimp
Oh,
melitons?
yes, 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 yes.
So
Those were fabulous.
good. And that's something that I've never made.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to look up a recipe. I might try to do that for Thanksgiving this time because so good.
And the funny thing is when you're a kid, you hear these strange names of strange vegetables
And you don't
or
want to eat
stuff
it.
like that. And you
Yeah.
go like, I'm not touching that. I'm not getting anywhere near that. And so for 15 or 20 years, you miss out on something that's really good.
No, and I didn't eat
Yeah.
it when I wasn't really a picky kid.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. My brother was very picky. So I don't think I tried it right away, but I just remember because it looks weird. It's
Right,
green
right.
and
Right. But
and it
it's
has
really
shrimp
good.
in it.
Yeah.
But I remember I think it was my godmother was just like, just try it. You're gonna like it. And I tried it and I loved it. And I was like, ooh, I want more of that. That's so
Right.
good, So I mean, those are different
Yeah,
recipes that
right.
you
Another
know.
one that I, as a kid, it was like I didn't want any part of, and that was this maroon colored jelly looking thing.
I don't do that
came-
either still. I still don't do that one.
Well, I still don't tend to put that on my turkey, but I love cranberries. And so
Yeah,
why would I
mean,
not? It's really good, but it's like I looked at it as a kid and I said, I don't know what that is, but I'm not eating any of that.
well, it's so weird to this day. I eat anything. I probably would like it. I eat anything but sushi, but I don't. But like, I probably would like the cranberries, but because it comes out of a can and it looks weird, I don't eat. I know that's so weird.
Yeah, but that they always have that the can has got ribs on it, and supposedly you're supposed to use the ribs to help you cut the cranberry.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I might try it this year because I'm saying this, and probably I'm going to get on here to next Wednesday and be like, oh my God, I love it. It's just like I don't need to like another food. That's all there is.
There is that.
Because I like too many foods,
Yeah.
and too many sweets. I love
Yeah.
sweets. So I'm hoping everybody tries my recipe.
Okay.
So,
Well, if I had a drum roll, I would roll the drum, but I don't have
and
one.
excuse the way I look in the video because I had crazy hair and I had a microphone on.
Yeah.
And
This is not meant to be a professional cooking
No,
video, but it's meant to
no.
at least give you an idea of what you might try.
Yes.
So here we go.
Hi, Honey here. We're going to make my pecan pie. The first thing you need to do is preheat the oven to 350 before you even get started. And then the next thing you're going to need is three eggs. And we're going to beat these eggs. And beat the eggs as high as you can get your hand mixer to go. Okay, once you do that, go ahead and set that aside. Then you're going to do the next ingredients. And the first thing we're going to do, this is a half a cup of sugar. This is 1 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. This is 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Oops. This is 1/4 of a cup of melted butter. Melt your butter slowly, and my favorite to use, it does change the taste, is the Land O'Lakes. It tastes the best. And you can get the you don't need the unsalted. And then the last thing is the dark Karo syrup, 1 cup. 1 cup of dark Karo syrup. And make sure you get all that Karo syrup in there. Alrighty. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and mix this. And I have my mixer on medium for this right now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it up to high. Okay, I'm going to turn it back down low, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in my eggs. And get those eggs mixed in there really well. And go turn that mixer up high. All right. Next thing you would do, is chop your pecans. You're going to need your pie shell. And we're going to need a cup of pecans. I like to use the Bergerons whole pecans. I don't like to buy my pecans already chopped. I don't think they taste as well. So I get these. And I have some in here already chopped a little bit. Let's add those to the cup. Go ahead and mix these pecans, chop them up. Make sure they're good and chopped. I'm going to add it in here. Kind of eyeball it. I bet you I'm almost good. Let's see if I need to add any more. Nope, that's good. And then you're going to go ahead and pour that into your pie shell. And then you'll go ahead and pour this on top of your pie shell. Now we're going to take our pecans and we're going to pour them. I don't know if y'all can see, but we're going to go ahead and pour them into our pie shell. And that's okay. We're going to line the bottom because when we put our mixture in, those pecans are going to pop on up. Make sure you get all that good stuff. All right. And even if all the pecans have not rise to the top, they will in the oven. Now we're going to go put this in the oven. And remember, the oven's at 350. All right, and I would cook this between 50 and 60 minutes, depending on your oven. I usually go about 55. Okay, pie is done. Let's check it out. Ooh, be careful when you grab it. It's hot, hot, hot. And we're going to come and we're going to set it right here. Now, we're going to let this cool 1 to 2 hours, because right now it's really, really hot and it'd be kind of loose. So we're just going to let this cool for 1 to 2 hours before we cut into it. Okay, so our pie is done, and we're going to cut it and see how it tastes. There's our pecan pie.
We're going to eat the pie. This is where we prove it. Wow, it's really good.
Okay.
Who's that crazy guy eating pie?
I know, and my crazy hair. But anyways, it's easy, as you can see. It's so easy. So, and it tastes so good. It really tastes good. I wish I didn't like it. So,
You may have noticed that there were 2 pies in process during all of this
yeah.
taping, and both of them have long since disappeared from the face of the earth.
They have. I know. And I actually I went home and I made, I think 2, maybe 2 more or 1 more. I don't know. I made a few more pies, but I'm probably gonna make my pies Wednesday. So that's a good thing you can cook. You don't have to do morning of. You just cook it in the night before, because it's better for it to cool, so the gel's not like gross and wiggly.
Well, we thank y'all for listening. We hope you try out the recipe. We'll not be here on Wednesday, so don't look this Wednesday for us.
No.
We'll be back here again the following Wednesday with the Honey and Harry Show.
Yes.
So,
all right. Thank you.
y'all have a good week.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday.